Hello everybody, it is me, Blank Susan Angel's Wing, and yes, this is what I look like. I wanted to share something. I'm not good with words, never have been, and I'm not very good at explaining things as much as other people are. And I easily get distracted, quite easily. That's my kitty is right there. He's distracting me. If I keep looking away, it's because he's right there. So I'm sorry. Oh, he's being adorable. Anyway. I have had experiences before. I had future visions. My uncle has said I should, say it, but I'm not that good with words, like I said before, and I will kind of repeat a few things, so I'm sorry for that. Anyway, I don't really like looking at the camera. I don't really like doing that. My experiences, the first one I've ever had was when I was younger, like when I was teeny tiny. It was a week before school, before September 11th. Everyone knows that day, September 11th. And I had a dream. It was horrifying to me. The towers were falling. And the towers looked exactly like it was in my dream. Just exactly how it happened. The night I had it, I woke up scared out of my wits. And I was crying and screaming in my sleep. So, yeah. I'm really not that good with words. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. My mom tells me to write things down, but I'm not a very focusy person. I'm more focused on him. But it's okay, I hope. My mom came in my room at the time I was crying and screaming, and she asked me what was wrong. I was telling her that the Twin Towers were falling. They were falling. She said, "No, they're still there. Don't worry. Go back to sleep." And the day of the Twin Towers falling, before I even knew what was happening that day, Mom had sent us to school that day. I was in my class. I had the most horrible feeling ever. It's very horrible, and when I say horrible, I felt like something bad was going to happen all day that day. Not all day, all morning. I didn't know what actually happened after I came to school. So my mom came immediately and picked me and my siblings up from school. Me and my sister at the time, we went to a school for, I wasn't in special needs yet. I was in second grade. I think I was. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was first grade, second grade, or third grade. But I do know I wasn't in a normal classroom before special ed classes. That was when I was moved to a whole different school away from my siblings. But, yes. My mom took us out of the school, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't. And then my mom brought us home, hugged us, and was weeping. And then we saw it on the news, what was happening. And immediately, I knew that the Twin Towers were falling as soon as I saw it on the TV. Because even before the people have said it on the news, that the Twin Towers fell. The first tower fell after my mom got us and we were brought home. It was actually a scary experience to see it, and it actually happened. A few years later, I got another dream. This dream was about a big sinkhole, and the sinkhole was very big, and it actually happened like a year later, to a city that I didn't even know, but it was popularized. And so, on YouTube and stuff. And then a few years ago, like during Barack Obama's presidency, dreams have been coming like one over the same dream. And sometimes it wasn't the same dream. It was just horrifying to me. I still get dreams sometimes about what's going to happen in the future a lot. And I could say that the future is not a good place. Not for anybody. And the reason why I say that is because one of the most famous and most destructive volcanoes that is basically a lava pool at this point and is going to erupt. I had a dream about that not too long ago. About that volcano erupting. Like, that volcano erupted in my dream and covered most of the world in ash and smoke. And it was horrifying. People were screaming. Everywhere was cold and hot at the same time. And we went into a football stadium, like, to hide, but that didn't help to hide from all the other things that I knew was going to happen, but didn't know it was supposed to happen. Like the coronavirus, I didn't know that was a thing until now. I thought it was just a dream. The locusts, and there's more to come that I know of for a fact. There are 7 plagues. 7. We only experienced 2. There's 5 more plagues, and they will happen. And then after the 7 plagues, Jesus will return. And yes, I've had my experience with him. He does talk to me sometimes, but not all the time. My one time, I was back in, before it was 2012, it was 2011, on the final day of 2011, of that whole year. And I think a lot of people remember that we were told that an asteroid was going to hit, and it never did. But I was panicked about it, like, really panicked. And I had trouble falling asleep. And I didn't recognize this voice before because I never heard it. So it was a man's voice. And he told me everything was going to be fine. Everything was okay. And it made me calm down. The voice actually felt familiar, even though it wasn't familiar, if I'm speaking in a term, and I calmed down immediately and went to sleep. I had no dream that night, and when I woke up, we were all safe and sound. And then I went around asking my mom, my siblings, everyone, if someone had come in my room last night. You guys know what I mean. And they told me no. No one, and I told them about the man telling me that everything was okay. and they all know that they all have told me that it might have been Jesus because they said he would come when people need him most. And I was in a panic. I was having a mental breakdown at that point. And that was the first time I've ever heard his voice. And later on, which was most of last year, in fact, actually, let's get to Obama's presidency. I had a dream about the 4 deadly horses, the Antichrist, even though it isn't Barack. Everyone still thinks it's Barack. It's not. It's probably someone else that's going to be higher in power. And because he was president that time, it was a dream about him. I don't know if it is him or not, but I know the real people that are the Antichrist, and they are not supposed to do what the things are doing. But this thing is not a person. They brought Antichrist system into our lives. They do things. They made the holy day change to Saturday to Sunday. God doesn't care about that, so don't worry about that. Worship him at your own time. That no longer matters. As well as all of last year, I'm basically throughout my life, I didn't know it, but I had demons attached to me. I didn't know they were demons. I just thought they were people in my head that talked to me. They weren't people. And one of them really hated me and didn't really tell me their name. They called me mean names, and I accepted the fact that I was worthless, useless, and all that. But it wasn't true. And then I got baptized, and my uncle helped me release these demons off of me last year after I told him about it. And I haven't heard their voices since. Even though it is how do I put it? I'm sorry I keep looking away. I'm not used to looking at a camera for too long. I'm more used to doing what I normally do, which is play Minecraft while talking, like commentating and doing other stuff. But I'm not used to actually looking at a camera. I've done a few TikToks, and you can tell I don't look at the camera at all in my TikToks. So yes, that is a thing. And most of last year, I've been having dream after dream after dream after dream, and so forth. And you guys don't know how much I want to cry right now, but I'm trying to keep it in so bad. These dreams are horrible. I'm trying to keep it in, shaking it off. But these dreams are horrible. Super horrible. They showed me the future every single time. And it's the same kind of dream. Death, destruction, fire, ash, brimstone. It doesn't matter what it is. It's still dangerous. And sometimes the dream even repeated itself for 2 weeks. And I barely had any sleep. These, I don't know if you guys can see, right here. That's proof I've been having trouble sleeping a lot because of these dreams. I am not a good sleeper. I'm mostly a light sleeper. If someone came into my room, it'll make me jump. I'm very a light sleeper. But when I'm in my heavy, deep sleep, people can't wake me up, but they're not supposed to because I'm a light sleeper. And my mom keeps telling me it's actually something from our family line. And to me, it's just because of my dreams. My dreams are horrifying. I don't like sleeping very much anymore. But I still do because I need to sleep. And yes, and I'm happy to say heaven is a wonderful place. I've said it before a few times, but heaven is a wonderful place. And what I mean by that, I've visited heaven a few times, even though not actually going out of my mansion. It's just my grandma how do I say this? My grandma passed away a few years ago, and mostly last year, I had dreams that my grandma took me to my mansion a lot. Like, she always brings me there. I don't know why, she just brings me there. But I've seen the inside of my own mansion. I haven't seen the outside. I haven't seen what's outside. But I know that in our mansions, it's very beautiful. And there's too many colors. Colors that don't even exist, like these, in our eyes. But when you're there, you don't want to return back to Earth. You don't. You just want to stay there. You don't want to leave because there's no pain, there's no suffering, there's no sorrow, nothing. And let's say your pictures that you have ever drawn, ever came up with, and like art. I've drawn a lot of art, even my own comics, of course. My only comic, actually. And stories that I've written throughout my life. They are in my mansion. Your personality is what fits you in your mansion. And my mansion fits me because it fit my personality. I'm just trying not to cry. I'm trying to distract myself from crying. And the easiest distraction for me is just to be watching YouTube or Netflix or paying attention to my cat, like giving him pets and loves. He doesn't like it when I pray. He keeps distracting me from praying. But yes, your mansion, I know people want to know this answer. Your mansions on the inside fit your personality, what you like, and what you like to do. You have all the necessities to be there. You don't have to work. You don't have to. Not even the angels have to work. All you have to do is just think of something and it will be there in your mansion. And God does accept people who are trans, gay, and who are different from normal people like me. Who, I'm not normal in that sense. I was never normal. And people that are normal, like they have fully went to God, didn't disobey his laws. People who seem crazy to other people, but they're not. I know I'm crazy. And there is more than what meets the eye. And there's more for me to say, but it's hard for me to say it. And in this world, there is so much danger. So much. If people keep denying God and Jesus, this is gonna get worse. And I know I can't change anybody's mind. I'm not meant to. I can share my experience. That's it. And my experiences with God, Jesus, even before my uncle even told me anything, I've had my experiences before. So, and people think that my uncle influences me and my brother. No, that is not true. I am not influenced by my uncle at all. I'm easily influenced, but I'm not. I've been this way even before he told me anything. And it's meant to tell you guys what's going to happen, and I told you guys everything besides the actual fact and the danger, because I'm not that good at talking. I'm sorry. It's just, you guys gotta repent. Repent for your sins. And that's all I have to say. It's all I could do. I've been told by Jesus himself to answer a question. And I've already have my answer. And the question he gave me is if and when he comes. I have a decision. I can either stay or go. That is my only decision to make, and I've already made it. I just chose to go, and I'm keeping it that way. I don't want everybody else knows I'm stubborn, and I won't change my decision, and I won't. Never. And he asked me this last September, which is last year, in September. So his coming is close, and people are not ready. They will never be. You can tell people all this stuff and they won't believe you. Just like this ruler. Let's say this marker right here, the 12 marker, is everybody in the world. Right? And only this much people will go. This is a small group of people. Not a lot. A lot of people will not go here. Most people are in the abyss, which is a place where nobody can return from or even get found. They're stuck there for all of eternity, lost. There is about that much there, which is 6. And this is all the way to hell. There is nothing that I can do. Actually, that's 15. There's nothing I can do to stop what's happening. I cannot make anybody change their mind anyway. And I know you guys are gonna leave nasty comments, but please understand that I am not okay with mean comments, but I will roast you, let me be honest. Anyway, I will be going off now. You guys can give me anything you want, any hate or anything, even comments of goodwill or anything. I'm sorry, I'm not good at pronouncing or saying things correct. I'm sorry if I messed up a lot in this video. And I probably did. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I cannot save everyone. But those who believe me, thank you for believing in me. And I trust you in the future that you will make the right choices. And I love each and every one of you. May God bless you and have a great day. Bye.